Penis, 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 penis.
That's
Tonight's
definitely on the recording.
Tonight's episode is brought to you by absolutely fucking nobody. What, are we not good enough for you? Raid.
Come back next week, and we might be sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends.
No, you give me 5 minutes with them motherfuckers. I'll have my own character in the game. Okay, but guys, seriously, you would not call that daddy, would you?
I would. But I'm also weird, so.
Yeah, you don't count. You're a monster
Smash.
fucker. That doesn't count.
Yeah, see?
I can't help it if I'm attracted to monsters, okay?
You can and you should.
Blame my brain chemistry.
And for those of you that want to see exactly what they're looking at, subscribe to Popo's No-Nos on OnlyFans.
All right. Hey, there's Lily.
Greetings.
Welcome back to yet another session of Quest for Dawnstar, the apparently bi-weekly D&D game, because I can't keep a fucking schedule for save my life.
Ha! You said bye.
In Pride Month of all days. When last we left off, I don't fucking remember. Welcome to the shit show. Everybody want to reintroduce their characters?
Well, I'm Bobo the Barbarian. I can't read, but I arm wrestle like a motherfucker, apparently. I'm also the richest motherfucker amongst these motherfuckers, so I get to let's say motherfucker as long as I want.
Bella?
Well, I'm Bella Nightcap. I'm a Myconid druid. And I'm trying to wrangle these fools.
Milo?
What she doesn't know is that we're actually the BBEG of her own personal campaign. She'll never wrangle us.
I'm Milo. I'm a necromancer lizard folk. And if you can't find friends, homemade just fine.
Aberchu?
Oh, I'm Haberchu, ancient dragonborn. I'll shit on you.
Yeah, you will.
Fair enough. And Mav?
Hey, it's Pride. Don't hate.
I'll get you for that.
Mav is a tiefling rogue. He's the sneaky guy, and also arcane trickster, so he does a little bit of magic-y stuff. And apparently last time, he wasn't with the group. So I'm going to say, in the middle of the night, Haberchu woke him out of a dead sleep. He stumbled backwards out a window and was wandering around the city dazed until the effects wore off.
Fair enough. I hate that question. The answer is yes. But with that being said, as the new dawn of the day starts, the sky lights bioluminescent in the on the cave ceiling start to glow again. The day begins, and you are, for most of you, you are inside the Silver Lining Inn again. You still have about a week left before your guild cards are available to you, but you can start. You start looking into the quests that there are to see what you want to go through with once you have your cards, or you can explore the city some more, find out where you can go, what you can do, learning new things.
There I was. Barbecue sauce on my titties. An old woman with only one tooth gnawing on my chest hair, saying that it was as good as dental floss. Yes, it was a
And
good
me in the corner, scared, confused, naked, and I'm not sure why. Okay, that's a lie. I know exactly why, but I'm regretting my decision.
This is exactly how chaotic I was hoping this campaign would be by bringing in the
Hey.
2 chaos gremlins.
Hey, I rolled a d20 before. Okay, you lucky I rolled a 12.
I haven't had a chance to be a chaos gremlin in this yet.
The
I've
day I
used
roll a
multiple dice
17,
now.
you'll know.
I hate you.
The pinnacle of my spell list is my research into the new spell, beer flavored nipples.
It's better than lactomancy.
You see, this is the real reason he wanted a pet.
Wizard experiments.
He doesn't have nipples of his own. You might think he does. Those are ticks.
Hmm.
Assuming that you all end up leaving your rooms and heading down.
Either that or I want you to lactate peanut butter and jelly, respectively, out of each boob.
See, peanut butter and jelly is not as diverse as ketchup and mustard. You have far more applications for ketchup and mustard than you do peanut butter and jelly.
God, I'm trying to imagine
Peanut
one
butter
of
and
those.
jelly is fun to eat just straight up.
One of those is going to feel so weird, and the other's going to hurt.
I guess the question is it crunchy peanut butter?
Hey, you're a
No,
father.
I mean, it's going to hurt.
I know you've done the plug duck thing.
Yeah. He's not wrong.
I don't want to know.
You'll find out.
I think I have a
These days
solid
you'll
guess
find
what they're
out.
talking about, and you may have to find out.
I'm
Let's
going to
just
say multiple
say,
experience. What do you guys want to do for D&D?
Let's just say, early on into those days, I remember looking at myself afterwards, go, God damn, I do look good with a mustache. I might want to think about growing one.
All right, and D&D is canceled for today.
Yay! Come over to my page. We'll be playing Doom: The Dark Ages.
We're playing more Repo.
I don't want to play Repo.
Fair.
I want to kill shit. I don't want to be the one to die.
You don't die unless.
Are y'all in a different program and seeing things I'm not? Or are y'all doing your own thing in each thing?
No, I'm sitting here in the VOD room.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all okay.
Yeah. I have my character sheet open and the actual stream open at the same time.
I know I was going to do something.
Oh,
So I can
there's
check on the
stream.
chat. Yeah. So I can check on the chat.
What's the name of the account?
The Versatile Plane. PLANE.
Go to your Discord, go into your events, and click the link. Because it's posted in there.
It's on Tennis Junior 93?
No.
No.
Are we gonna D&D?
Quite literally, the Versatile Plane, TheVersapLane.
Is it? I don't like this.
I can shoot you the hang on, I'll shoot you the
I put it in the chat in the video room.
okay, see, yeah. I was gonna say I'll just shoot you the link because I shared it to the Discord.
There it is. I'll move you over here.
Toxic, you know damn well that you are not having a fever dream. This is just how we are.
Yeah.
There we go.
A fever
Now
dream.
let's see the chat.
Chaotic.
Every day I make Rusty weigh the pros and cons of having agreed to be my friend. It's like, on one hand, I've met so many cool people, but on the other hand, Popo.
On one hand, Popo. On the other hand, Popo.
I have made him question why we're friends too.
Same.
I'm almost beginning to question why I thought it'd be a good idea to have Popo and No Panic in the same D&D game.
Clout.
I'm just here for the free food.
I don't know why you thought it was a good idea to have both Shelby
They're
and I in the
feeding
same
you?
D&D campaign.
Fair. That being said, I cannot play your characters for you. So what would you guys like to be doing?
I'm assuming we go down for breakfast.
Assuming that you all are already downstairs eating the breakfast that you've had the past 3 times.
I would actually like to discuss the biological implications of peanut butter and jelly nips.
Can we not?
Yes.
the consistency does not work, and therefore it clogs often.
You know, the ducks could probably handle it if it was on one of those Mammothari Locktar or whatever thingies.
That's
I
only on
choose
the
to step-
precipice of not
I'm
doing
going
it
to
for
step
me.
away
So I
from
think
this conversation and choose to leave the inn.
Now the question is, does a minotaur have multiple nipples like an
Hmm.
udder?
Only if it's female.
When a floomp uses its jets to move, does it have an odor?
how much clothing does a tabaxi need to wear, or is it always just a little bit obscene?
Just enough for a wardrobe malfunction to work.
I think I'll cast off the wardrobe malfunction. That could be anything.
All right.
Wardrobe, spontaneous human combustion, or spontaneous wardrobe combustion.
Speaking of,
So
DM,
breakfast.
can I reclaim my godlike power of wardrobe malfunction?
If you gain any form of spellcaster level, you mind you
I'm
cannot
gonna
roll
step
rage.
away from the chaos of my crewmates and go stand outside and
I can wait for
breathe.
Tavern Brawler. I don't care.
Magic initiate wizard wardrobe malfunction.
No joints? Come on, burn.
Oh, I
Burn.
hear it.
Mav, about this time
Aw,
you kind of wander
was too
back
small.
into the silver lining as you've spent the whole day not finding
Ooh, but
it
I can smell it. Mmm.
the previous day,
Smells like breakfast to me.
and you see
Is that what a
everybody.
bugbear would smell like if you fried it?
It's a little bit like that and elk.
No, see, if you fry a bugbear, it smells very much like burning, bear.
Drink.
For what?
That was stupid.
You gotta find any reason to drink.
Mav walks through the doors, kind of rubbing the bridge of his nose and like up into his forehead, kind of as that weird thrum is still there after the burning had subsided. Ugh.
So, okay, I understand what Sneezy's working on currently in New Sorcery, but did you ever figure out the crazy straw nips?
The Creighton what?
The crazy straw nipples.
Oh. That'd be nice.
I'm currently trying to get into my D&D, into my D&D.
You know, because they kind of go on to do a couple loop-de-loops. They come together to spell Happy New Year in the middle, and then they.
Now, how do you get them to stay? Is it through an application of heat?
I would have to think it's probably a concentration spell. So as long as you can maintain it, they stay.
Okay. I was about to say, because if it's temperature driven, like they stiffen in the cold, then as you draw, they would droop.
Looks to Bella. Was it like this the whole time?
Pretty much.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I think I'd rather.
You guys feel free to contribute to the conversation here.
I'm not sure what the conversation is. I just got here.
Nipples.
Oh, are we in character?
Oh.
We're talking long, loopy nipples.
Are they like partially see-through? So you can.
I mean, I guess if the rest
see
of
the internals.
See through. Oh, that does the peanut butter and jelly. Back to that. If they're see-through, do we still see the peanut butter and jelly?
As a
I would
creature who doesn't
imagine
have
so.
nipples, I am deeply uncomfortable.
Do you have eyes even, or is it
Yes.
like sensors?
I have eyes.
I still
Oh,
haven't
don't
figured
worry.
out where they are yet.
They're like a clam.
Sneezy doesn't have nipples either. Those are just ticks.
Do you myconids have subtypes? What are you, a stinkhorn?
Ever seen a clam's eyes? That's what myconids have.
For your information, I'm an
got-
amethyst deceiver.
They've got eyes for days.
Eyes for days.
Drink. I
So
might have baited him into it, but drink.
if Sneezy were to lick you, would he see all the colors?
That's just
I
kinky.
think that depends on where you live.
Oh. Is that how they
Depends on
work?
how many spores you get. Oh, that reminds me.
Now, so, I mean, I am going to stop
Well,
you right there because we were talking about hypothetical beings that don't exist, and you're talking about an actual member of our party. You're kind of crossing a lot of boundaries here.
That's fair. That's fair.
Now, granted, these hypothetical beings would exist if somebody would have let us buy the little half-elf boy.
Bella, do me a favor.
So if
roll
we went
four.
out into the pasture and did a cow patty pick and
I
flick,
can't roll
would
anything. I
those
can't
be
access
your
my character
cousins?
sheet.
I will attempt to roll
It's doing
four.
the same thing that it did last session. It signed me out, and now I don't know how to get into my own stuff.
Did you sign in with Google?
Oh,
I've signed in with all 4 things, and it doesn't recognize anything.
I
Did you
tried
try-
with Twitch and it was fine. I can't give you your character, unfortunately.
I've signed in with all 4 options, and it, like in the app won't let me access my shit. I don't know why it
Try-
signed me out.
Try going through the browser.
See, that's why
Instead of-
myconids should never use thumbprint verification.
Do myconids have thumbprints?
Do myconids have thumbs?
Well, we do
have
spore
thumbs.
prints.
I do have thumbs. I just have less fingers than everybody else.
Oh. Are like the ones you do have bigger?
Myconids only have
you
like
can
3
see
fingers.
my hands.
The
Oh,
violator,
yeah,
the
sorry.
penetrator.
Yeah, that's the violator, the penetrator. We call this one the green light.
No, this is the retainer, so the bowling ball grip.
All right. No, yeah, the legendary bowling job. Never attempted it myself. Never found someone willing.
So what's this? You tried to buy an elf? What?
It was only a half elf, so it was half off.
Oh,
And it only half didn't count, so.
does that mean like you were trying to get an apprentice?
Sure.
Yeah,
Well,
we'll call it that.
Apprentice.
Oh, so I think your problem was why it wasn't successful is you didn't say I'm trying to buy out his contract so he will be my apprentice now.
Yes. Comes with a handy dandy collar.
Turns out you don't say that. Oh my
Whole-
goodness.
Abachu holding up
It's,
a dog.
no, it's not a collar. It's not a collar. It's
It's part of his uniform.
yeah,
No,
right. The uniform. It's
I-
his employee uniform.
It did this last time. It's acting like I don't have an account no matter what platform I sign in with.
It's really weird.
Hey, what's wrong with the mushroom? It hasn't moved in like 5 minutes. Did it lose connection to the server?
Does anybody else hear dial-up static?
Use my old phone here.
Maybe myconids do that thing elves do and they kind of zone out for a bit when they rest.
Well, myconids are part of mushrooms are part of a whole like conglomerate of mushrooms, and they're all connected telepathically. So clearly, the myconid is just like literally in a different body right now.
They just share literally one brain cell, and
Well, I don't know.
whoever
Well,
They had
is
to get us
using
far
it.
away from our
I
conversation.
don't exactly have
often.
access to the people who are part of my my collective.
No, it's like the Blue Avatar movie.
Virtue's just using his mage hand to get a piece of charcoal from the fireplace and drawing spectacles on the myconid.
Little circles around all the eyes.
Look, I would love to be rolling right now, but I can't.
I did roll for you. You got a 3, or you got a 4, so you have 3 mushrooms.
Drawing them. You go around the back with the mage hand, and
Okay,
I give you a generous cake. Just draw
Is
a
that-
cake on you.
Does anybody have any black thread? gonna hook it up to one of those little circles under their eyes and give them an on and 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 onicle.
For a second there, I thought that blast really. I thought I was smelling
Okay,
popcorn.
Well, that happened, and it signed me out. It signed me out of my freaking old phone too.
I don't know. I have mine set up through my Twitch, so I never have to lose. I never lose it.
The thing is, I have all 4 of the accounts. I've signed into all 4 of them.
Have you tried the browser and not the app? The app gets funky sometimes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it to register all 4 on.
Well, if you do all 4, it does funky things.
None of them are working.
It's like knocking on all 4 doors at once and trying to enter all of them at once.
I had
It
this
doesn't
with
work.
the Coast account already, and I'm pretty sure I used that one.
Do myconids have mouths?
No.
It's kind of pseudo telepathic speech.
Yeah.
How do they eat?
They absorb. We went through that at the boar.
They stick
place.
their digits into stuff and they just kind of absorb.
I thought they sat on it.
So they finger their food?
Yeah.
Either that or they sit on it.
Oh.
You ever see that episode of South Park?
I'm trying to find
I extend my mycelium and absorb it.
Yeah, you ever see that? You ever see
Now
that
it's
episode of
working.
South Park
Okay,
where
I have my
everyone's
character
shoving
now.
food up their butt?
Whoa! Put your mycelium away. That's indecent.
That's how I eat.
I mean, if you think about it, Inoke mushrooms kind of resemble that of hair.
Oh, so that's not how we reproduce.
Where did we put my
Oh,
deck?
you know what? Real quick. Hey, I've been meaning to ask you, does Brondade really have what you crave?
Deck's in your backpack, Milo.
I need to know.
No, I meant for rolling for it. The ones I've rolled in the
Oh, we haven't started that yet because
Does
only pulled one
Brondo
card.
have what you crave?
Bronzo does not have what you crave.
Herbert's just using his mage hand to pick up various pieces of food and stick it on random places on the myconid to watch it just.
So when we turned in the
I would like to
paperwork,
smack him.
were we given any like temporary things that we can actually do something, or any instructions on what we're actually allowed to do? Because
Nobody
it seems
asked.
like okay.
We're
Okay,
not allowed.
At the
We're not
moment,
allowed
I would like to smack Haberchu.
Roll the hit,
Roll the
I guess.
hit.
I'll be right back, and he's gonna leave before she
By
smacks
rolling an unarmed
Haberchu, and
strike
it
or
like
something?
forces extra out of him. He's gonna run over to the guild hall and see what.
Yeah, but
see what
before
can
you
be done.
go,
I'm rolling an
before you
unarmed
go,
strike,
before you go, they
Stops him.
told us.
Arm my-
Well, they didn't tell us, but
Hey,
people seem
can
to be
I-
funny about this kind of shit. We're not allowed to attack the guards.
Can I
Attack the
can I
guards.
ask the DM
Okay.
a question?
You can. You also have access to the Discord where you can ask privately if need be. Especially
Like, well,
if
this is an open thing. What am I just rolling a particular dice, or am I rolling unarmed strike?
Yes, that is what I said.
I gave you 2 options there. Which one?
It's an unarmed strike.
Okay.
I can't hear Rusty.
they said it'll take a week to get our guild cards, and we need the cards to take missions.
Well, I rolled a nat 20.
Is he muted for you?
I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to hear me.
So I rolled a nat 20.
Has Rusty been talking this whole time?
Roll again to confirm.
Yeah, he has.
I can't hear him. The hell? I thought we were just
15.
here waiting for the game to start. He wasn't here.
No, we've been started. Like we've been live for how long?
All right.
3 minutes.
I can't hear him. I thought he was here.
I don't know.
Can you try to
This whole time, I
reconnect
didn't
real
think we were
quick,
playing.
Mark?
So what?
Can you try to reconnect real quick?
I heard that. Is that Rusty?
Nope.
No, that's
Mal.
me.
Nosy night.
All right. Let's
It's Mal.
try
Yeah.
this then. Going bye.
And then Since it's just an unarmed strike and you crit with it, you do 2 damage.
Tell him when he comes back.
While we're doing shenanigans, I would like to pull a few cards.
All right, keep in mind, you
A
can only pull
few?
from the deck once per day, and you must state the number of cards you are pulling.
I'm gonna pull
You did.
4.
Said about a few.
All right.
Hey, I can even see him now.
Hey!
I've been here the whole time.
I
Yeah,
didn't. You didn't hear you. I
Alright,
thought
so
Yeah, we've been live for half an hour.
All right, go ahead and roll
what dice
percentiles.
am I rolling for it?
Percentiles.
Also, I have dealt 2 damage to you.
so. I got damaged because I didn't know we were playing. Fine. I cast Prestidigitation while you don't know, and I soil
I got a
where your
6.
ass should be.
Sorry, what'd you get, Milo?
6.
Campfire. So, after your long rest, you gain another long rest.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my hit points are
Love
back.
this
then.
party.
And yet, you still just want to go back.
But
to
no,
bed.
no, that only applies to Shelby, right?
Yeah.
No, you still lost
Alright.
2 hit points when I smacked you for being a jerk.
Yes. How to you
And
lose
you still
2
have a
hit
dirty
points because-
backside.
Yeah, you lose 2 hit points because Bella smacks you upside the head, and
And
Bella,
then-
your pants have been shit.
Yeah, because in retaliation, he cast Prestidigitation to literally shit their pants.
Yep, I shit your pants.
All right, Milo, what's your second card?
9.
The joke's on
Damn,
you.
you're
I'm not
real
wearing
low.
pants.
Comet.
No, Toxic,
Well,
they
that
don't
was
have the
all
deck of
minutes.
many things. They have the deck of many more things. Again.
Son of a bitch.
Keep in mind, only some of things that happened in our previous campaign are still canon.
So, in the past, however long we've been playing, have I missed any critical exposition?
No.
No.
Not from me.
Okay, so if some of the things from the past are canon, can we at least make the Frosty Endeavor canon?
Technically, that one is sub-canon because every Christmas they just yoink you into a dimensional plane, and your memories of that plane only exist while you're there.
I got to kill Frosty the Snowman. And our resident slut
I was there. I
was
helped.
the Crumpet.
If you you pulled Comet. If you single-handedly defeat the next hostile monster or group of monsters you encounter, you gain enough experience to level up once. You have to do it by
Ooh.
yourself. Otherwise, nothing happens.
Ooh.
So we have to remember that one until we encounter
Fair.
a monster.
All right.
So
So
if I decided to engage them in combat, and after they struck me once, I surrendered. Does that count?
If you
Ooh.
hit them for any amount of damage, it will not count.
No, if they hit me for any amount.
61.
Yeah.
Oh, if they hit you, it doesn't matter. 61 is the tower.
So we're just sitting at
Draw
breakfast
2
pulling
additional
cards.
cards beyond your declared number of draws. The magic of these cards doesn't immediately take effect. Instead, choose one of the 2 additional cards to keep, returning the other to the deck. The magic of the card you keep takes effect immediately thereafter. You're going to do that right now. So you're going to roll 2 cards.
95.
You'll have to re-roll that because you need to roll anything below a 67.
21.
All right.
Anyone?
Got it. What's your
And
other
then the second one's 21. God damn it.
number? Not allowed. You have to pull 2 different cards.
43.
All right. You pulled the Fiend and the Puzzle. You're allowed to put 1 back before the magic takes effect.
Can I know what they do?
Nope.
No.
Uh, first one.
Keeps the puzzle.
You're
I
keeping the
guess.
fiend, or are you
Back
putting the
of her
fiend
mind,
back?
she
Yeah.
hears.
I want to play a game.
I'll keep the fiend.
All right.
Something about embracing chaos.
So you draw the fiend. A powerful fiend appears in a nearby unoccupied space and offers you a deal. The precise nature of this deal is up to me, but usually the fiend offers some material reward in exchange for you or your allies completing a task for the fiend. The fiend is indifferent to you and can be bargained with. It keeps its side of any bargain it makes, though it might twist the wording of any agreement to suit its purpose. If attacked or if negotiations fail, and you refuse the fiend's offer, it returns to its home plane. So that will technically take into effect immediately after you draw your last card. So last card because you declared 4 cards.
58.
Temple.
Maybe it'll be the death card.
A deity or entity of similar power becomes bound to aid you. At any point in the time between drawing the card and when you die, you can use your action to call on this entity for divine intervention. The entity is bound to answer. The parameters and nature of the intervention are chosen by me. If you die without having used the intervention, the deity fulfills its obligation by casting the resurrection spell on you. Once the entity has answered your call for divine intervention or resurrected you, the entity is no longer bound to aid you.
You got a 1-up. Congratulations.
Yep.
So Shelby now has life insurance.
Yes.
Yeah,
And no, Shelby has death insurance.
Limited life insurance at that.
We'd have the same benefit if you were a green mushroom.
Mav ran off to the guild to get some information and to avoid any toxic clouds.
I'm gonna go clean up, and then I'm gonna vacate the premises because I don't feel like being around these people anymore.
A fiend does spawn next to you, Milo, and everything goes quiet. You don't hear the chatter of the people around you. You don't even notice as the rest of your party seems to slip away from your gaze, as the whole world seems to freeze around just you and the fiend for conversation. The fiend offers you a deal. Simply go to a marked location on this map for the town. Its location seeming to be somewhere between the bronze and the silver district. A strange alley that separates the two of them. Simply go there and take care of some pest control. And in exchange, he will grant you and your party immense power.
Hey, if you go by yourself, 2 birds, 1 stone.
I mean, if it's just killing rats and stuff, that's fine.
You said pest control.
He said pest control.
What does a
What
fiend
does the fiend
define as a
consider
pest?
pest?
Yeah. It's a Tarask.
I figured just like the
Do we have
beetles.
a deal?
Remember,
What kind of fiend is it?
can be negotiated with. This is not some random potion at the bottom of a dungeon floor. You can talk to this one.
I don't know what to ask it.
What is your favorite color?
Green. No, blue! Ah!
Wait, would that count as defeating an enemy?
Yes.
In any other circumstance, maybe.
See, that's too bad that you froze everyone around
Yeah, I
us
don't know
to
what to
be the
say, so
thing.
I'm
I was
just
like,
gonna take the
wait, no, I know the answer to this one. Usually there's two of them, but I think it still works. If I ask the other one of you if he's the liar, would he say yes?
I love doing that puzzle and having both of them just be liars. The whole setup is a lie.
No, that's what you do. That's what the barbarian on this team is just like, one of us always tells the truth, one of us always lies. Which one is which? Barbarian just hammers one through the head with a great axe, grabs the other one. Is he dead?
No.
This one's the liar.
Just one liar. Just one liar.
This one lies.
They actually pulled that in a YouTube series called Journey Quest. Definitely worth watching.
Punky Doodles did one too. It was funny.
It's a live action series of D&D games, and by the same people who created the Gamers Darkness Rising. So Milo, do we have a deal?
I had said yes.
Okay, just straight up agreeing. Sounds good.
Yeah, you know.
So you have a spot marked on. You're given a scroll of the city that actually gives you a decent layout of the entire city, details on what the street names are, roads, and everything, as well as where the district lines are. And there's a mark on it between the bronze and the silver district. There is a single alley that cuts the two districts apart. It does not seem to connect to any other streets specifically. It is just a straight line from the bazaar area all the way to the guard wall.
Okay.
And those are your cards.
Joke's
All
on them. I got a free map out of it.
Hey, for shits
Right.
and giggles, 1 to 20, call it.
17.
13.
12. Well, that does it for tonight's lottery drawing. None of you won the cash prize.
That being said, the world starts to regain color and everything. You start hearing the noise of the people around you yet again. You've now noticed that a couple of your party members have fleed the area before Habichu starts to gas everyone out again.
You really gonna let the DM just take hold of your bowels like that?
I know. I thought I was in control of the bugler of the bowels, sound of the march of the Colan soldier. Here you are.
So much for the
Doing your
agency
own
of
revelry.
playerhood.
He does that a lot.
I'm
He's
gonna
not a
murder
DM,
both
he's
your,
a fucking conductor.
I'm gonna
Choo
murder
choo,
your characters and
motherfuckers.
make it look like an accent.
Yeah.
Oh no,
So-
I unbalanced this encounter.
Yeah, choo choo, motherfucker. Every game, he's like, I don't want to try to railroad y'all, and then we make it our express mission to force him to railroad us.
I still don't want to.
Well,
It's not
This
about
hurts
what
me
you
more than it
want,
hurts you.
Rusty.
once I am
It's
clean,
what we're going
I'm
to
gonna
make you do.
I'm gonna go wander the bazaar.
Fair enough.
At the guild hall, Matt is going to ask, what are they allowed to do? And if we can get some sort of temporary notice that we are just waiting on our official guild badges or what have you. That way we can perform actual jobs.
Well, you can either wait the week for the processing of the guild cards, or you can purchase a temporary guild crest, which allows you to take the lowest ranking quests for a day.
How much is the temporary?
10 gold pieces per person.
How much was the official one?
2 gold pieces per person.
Okay, so Right quick, we do have a question for Haberchew. How old are you? It's a question being asked by the chat.
However long Dragonborn live, he's got about 10 years left.
So he's 90. He's 90.
Casual
He's old.
387.
Yeah, well, Dragonborn don't live that long.
Well,
Would there
Fair
be a
enough.
discount since we are already past everything?
Unfortunately, no. In order to get the crest to be able to have the temporary use of the guild's quest, you would have to reach this point to begin with.
Oh, so somebody can't come in and get a temporary badge and perform a job for the day.
Precisely. It is either you you sit through the waiting period, or you can expedite your ability to do the quests at a larger fee.
Yeah, let's go ahead and triple that age because the average life expectancy of a Dragonborn is 80 years old. Let's triple that for Haberchew because he's been prolonging his life through mystical means.
Mm.
372.
Man, you guys run a racket here. I haven't seen anything like that since. Well, never mind.
You are free to wait the week for your guild cards.
I understand, but apparently you don't really enjoy the fact that, or you don't want your members to be able to earn a living here.
No, we absolutely do. That's why we grant the benefits that we do for our members once they have gone through the process.
So you make them wait a week before they can earn a living.
You are free.
I understand. I understand that you're in a scenario, but if we're going to spend 10 gold on a temporary badge, and people already are short on cash, and they need to eat and sleep in someplace safe, 10 gold is can be quite a bit.
That is true. That is why most members wait the week.
Okay, go hungry for a week. Got it. Thank you.
There are plenty of other jobs amongst the town. The guild is one of the few places where there is always work to be had after you have signed up for it. We do not turn anyone away from applying for a guild membership.
Right.
Thus, we have to have our own ways of keeping the stones lit.
All right. He's just going to turn around and walk out. His mind is blown. He thought that kind of racketeering was saved for the underworld for a moment, and he doesn't voice this, but
I mean, you guys technically are in you're inside of a mountain.
well, yeah, but Mav is of there's a reason people do things in the underworld because things are more expensive and things like that. But then they get fleeced a lot more easily in the underworld. Well, in his mind, these folks are setting up a situation where they are prolonging the duration for which that they can take a job, and then providing an alternate method.
We're not dealing with upper class underworld shenanigans. We are dealing with something far greater, far older, far more sinister.
Capitalism.
Late stage capitalism.
Yeah. And he just shakes
I'm going
his
to
head.
the one place not corrupted by capitalism.
He comes back to the group, be like,
and then we landed on another planet and go, God damn it, it's here too.
Fuck. So
no, thankfully this is mid-stage capitalism. You guys want to go late-stage capitalism? We can go to Zero right now.
Oh no, fuck that. I hate that place. Too many furries.
So we can either wait or they're going to charge us 10 gold per person to be able to do a job for the day. Did anybody else here find any work for us or anything? Any leads?
You do know that I've got about 5,488 gold on me, right?
You do realize when I get bored, I start getting into trouble. I find extra trouble.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, I have bail money.
Oh, okay.
Have at it.
Perfect. That's even better. Bobo's bail fund. I appreciate you looking out like that. That's some forward thinking.
It's like, ain't this great? Only in a land of capitalism can a muscle-bound moron who can't read actually have a little bit of money in his pocket.
So,
I
Matt,
feel like I could be president if I tried.
as you get back to the Silver Lining, it is just Bobo and Milo that are inside the Silver Lining at this time.
Oh.
Bella and Haberchu have left.
All right.
And when did Sneezy leave?
A while ago.
Ah,
Did somebody turn him into a handbag? That could be a job there. We could find
I don't
whoever
think so.
turned Sneezy into a handbag.
why would we want to do that? He doesn't need a handbag. He already has another hand.
No, turn him into one, not find one for him.
How are we going to turn him into a bag? He's the wizard.
Have you ever skinned something?
No. I'm more into hitting things with a hammer until
Okay.
they begin to take the shape I like.
A puddle.
Yeah.
Very, very abstract artist, huh?
Yeah. And
You
I'm
like the splatter paintings?
I'm very, very specific over how I like certain things to look. So sometimes I've really got to beat on it to shape it right. And I got to let you know, I don't much like the look of your attitude right now.
What attitude?
You want to turn Sneezy into a handbag?
No, I asked if somebody did.
A luxurious
And that we
dragon
should find him.
holding.
Yeah, a noxious bag of holding every time you open it.
Everything you pull out of it's covered in shit.
Don't
Just one day,
put
like
any
the
food
bag,
in there.
the bag just rips itself open, and the bag man comes sprinting out of there, gagging.
Who created this one?
Why is it everywhere?
While y'all are hypothetically thinking about how to make Hapachu into a handbag.
Bagman retires.
Oh yeah, the bag man.
Oh, wait, God damn it! I forgot to add the one component I was going to add for my next character, that he was cursed to have his asshole replaced with a bag of holding.
Prison pocket.
Hammer space.
Yeah.
Habachu, you have wandered out of the Silver Lining and across the Bazaar district towards the Bronze district again, and found that that general store you had originally walked into.
Ah, okay.
It's the door. It is open. It is welcoming new guests, and you can see there's a few people walking around inside purchasing some general hardware, and there is the owner yet again sitting behind the desk, just sitting behind the counter, exchanging coin for goods. But you don't notice the apprentice.
Oh, that's fine. I just
Saw you
walk in
coming
and
and
I
told him
just
to
say,
hide.
"Hey, I was wondering if I could buy out your apprentice's contract."
Oh God, it's you again. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's something I can move forward with. See, I don't have that apprentice anymore.
You sold him?
Make a perception check for me.
Perception check.
Haberchu's been bamboozled.
4. Well, 5.
You hear some clattering happen behind you as you turn around. There's some customers trying to pick up some pipes and stuff that had fallen over.
Can we give him another chance?
Why would we give him another chance?
Because it'd be really funny.
Probably would be, but I need a reason for him to have advantage on that roll.
He let a little
Because he
squeaker out.
really
The guy's
because he
eyes are burning.
really wants this. He really wants this little guy, and I think he would be laser focused in.
He's
if he
supposed
thought
to
he'd
have
be
disadvantage on the
lied to.
roll. I'm being nice and not giving him the disadvantage.
No, I mean it'd be a lot cooler if you gave him advantage, though.
No.
All right.
Yeah. Yes. I traded his contract with another shop. If you head to the gold district and look for one of the wizarding towers there, it's definitely where he is right now.
I want to show up so bad to this store just out of the blue.
I ask him to step outside of his shop and point in the direction that I need to go.
I can point you from here. I gotta stay back here. As you can see, I have more customers I need to take care of. But yeah, just head down the street and just keep going towards the north side. Just
Okay.
keep going north. You'll get there eventually.
And I'll find my little half elf that I'm trying to apprentice.
Potentially.
If not, I'm going to call magical birds, and I dispel the mage hand that's 30 feet above his door.
A pile
My
of
mage hand was holding a handful of my shit 30 feet above. I will bring birds every hour.
That is not what bird shit looks like. What the hell?
It comes out of a cloaca. It's close enough.
Step over it, and I head towards the gold district.
All right. Bella, you said you were wandering around the bazaar right now.
Yes.
Are you looking for anything in particular? There seems to be the shops are set up again. There seems to just be a ton of everything.
I'm just kind of browsing.
What have these birds been eating? They've been eating store owners who lie to Haberchew.
Yeah.
You see, you manage to see some people selling rugs and pots, some silverware, some goldware, jewelry, brooches, fruit. Just a bazaar of items.
Is there anything that looks vaguely interesting to a druid?
There are rugs and pots, silverware, goldware, some fruit. I don't know what you're interested in looking for.
I decide I don't see anything interesting and decide to just kind of wander around.
All right. As you're wandering around, you do notice Haberchew wandering back through the bazaar, glancing at stalls, glancing behind them, seeing if there's anybody just kind of sitting around almost homelessly. So far in the main center of the city, there's not really anybody not doing something. There's some people loitering around corners, but
Loitering.
nobody's like directly sleeping in the middle of the street.
Hmm.
In the meantime,
Well, I choose to ignore Haberchu's existence.
fair enough. In the meantime, Bobo, Milo, and Mav. What are the three of
Yes.
you doing? Because you're still in the Silver Lining eating some breakfast.
Uh, well, I've finished my breakfast and decided to step out and get some of that non-existent sunlight, or at the very least, very sparse sunlight, and some of that still dank air. And while doing so, I catch a familiar whiff on the winds.
Of death.
That and prunes.
Death
It,
and prunes and
it's
And
damp
I
air.
stale
begin
and weak, and it's a very weak scent, quite
I
far
be,
away.
I begin to follow that smell, thinking it's going to lead me to my buddy Haberchew, but instead, it will eventually lead me to a certain store.
Yes, you manage to get to the general store, and as the scent grows stronger, and there are people trying to shovel up a cow pie of weird whitish green shit.
Jesus, what do you feed the birds around here? God damn. I thought I would have heard that thing fly overhead. The guy must have already left. Hey, look, buddy. I look talk to the guy behind the counter. Look, I'm sorry. I want to apologize. I was here yesterday. You gave me a really nice bucket. I could bring it back if you wanted. I don't think I got any vomit in it whatsoever. I tended to miss, but I'm sober now, and I'm curious as to what you have for sale.
Yes. Sorry, we're just trying to clean up a mess at the moment.
I
We have
saw that.
general hardware, tools, tinkers, pieces. You can find rope and chain and pipes and wood and nails, screws, whatever.
Jane,
Seeking.
I would say I'm a blacksmith by trade. Do you have anything that might aside from the chain, because I can always smelt that down for materials when I get back to the ship. But you got anything on hand that might assist with my craft?
Uh, well, if you're already a smith of your own, we do have some ingots that are pre-smelted so that they are easier for transport. If you're looking to purchase some iron, silver, or lead. Otherwise, then perhaps you would be interested in some of the pre-forged pipes, metal piping that we have.
Let me. You said you had silver ingot.
Yes.
Let me take a look a bit. Let me see some of that. But how much does that go for?
So one ingot is about half a pound and will run you about uh, 15 silver coins.
15 silver. Okay, how many do you have in stock? I don't want to.
That is a good question. It claps his hand, and a half elf kind of falls out of the ceiling, um, out of one of the doors to the attic. Uh, Go check in the back for me how many silver bars we still have. And he just kind of the half elf just kind of scurries into the back room.
Yeah, because I need to get at least 5. And I just don't want to say I need 5 right now and like
Oh yes, there should potentially be enough for that. Um, Again, I'll let you know what we have back there. Is there anything else you might be interested in? I can see if we have
Uh,
anything specific.
let me get about a foot's worth of chain
Absolutely. That. One moment.
and break it down later and use it for trinkets.
What thickness were you looking for?
What kind of thickness you got, big boy?
Um, we have some industrial chain for hauling with. We have chain that can be used to wrap people up for grappling. There's chain links that can be used for mending of chain mail and chain shirts.
Yeah, let me go ahead and get the chain links. Let me get that.
For that, if you're looking for that, I can give you a pound of it for a gold piece.
Okay, you got yourself a deal.
All right, and the half elf scurries back over. Sir, we have 8 silver bars in the back. I think we sold the last 2 that were on the shelves.
Okay, so you said 8, so I get about 5 of those.
Yes, that would run you. I'll even be nice. I'll give you a discount
Oh, thanks.
since you purchase so many from me. 7 gold pieces to cover all 5.
You got yourself a deal.
Right, so that'll be 8 gold pieces from you, and I will add to your inventory 5 silver bars and a pound of chain link.
I don't suspect we're going to be hunting ghosts or werewolves anytime soon, but I'll be ready. God damn it!
Just put the ingots on the end of the chain and just multifaceted flail of pure ingot, silver ingot, just whack.
I mean, I was thinking more of like small blades and ninja stars, wicked fucking awesome ninja stars,
Yeah, ninja stars.
ninja stars. And with a pound of chain, I can make some bracelets, some necklaces, just
A lot of fancy stuff.
a lot of bad stuff. Yeah, I'll take one of those silver ingots, mold them into a bunch of little like ornamentations, and then just link them together with chain. And you have a nice little ornamental bracelet that does a bitch for a backhand against a Nosferatu.
Apparently, I can't make it half a pound.
Make some
Yeah,
silver knuckles.
Custom items. Weird. But there you go. Those have been added to your inventory.
Yeah, got some silver knuckle dusters for when we fought werewolves.
Why waste money on silver when you could just buy chocolate?
No. That'd be over too quick. I want to savor it.
All right. Anything else that you're interested in purchasing?
I want everyone to know I had a choice to make when I made this character. I decided to go with Crunk instead of making myself sound like Nicolas Cage the whole time. Being that guy.
Surprisingly, I think we ended up with a better result.
Yeah.
So with the Milo situation kind of above the table, we're just saying Milo was there instead of the paladin.
Yeah.
Instead of Pebbles. Okay.
Pebble kind of wandered off to find a temple and disappeared.
Went on walkabout for the temple.
Okay, and so did we make the transaction?
Yes.
I see the chain link. 5 silver ingots. Did you take the gold?
I did. You might have to refresh your screen again.
There we go.
All right.
So, okay, just wanted to make sure, all transactions fair. I don't want to walk out of here and we accidentally forgot something.
When the fiend appeared for Milo, was Milo the only one who saw the fiend?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Didn't you hear the voice of God? He said we weren't doing anything.
Milo's ability to perceive the world around them became non-existent for the time being. Well, actually, it was for the fiend, not for a time being.
Yeah.
Oh, good. People in the chat have caught on to the joke. You're giving off Dungeon Soup Barbarian vibes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And with Milo kind of zoning out, I guess. Be like, hey, you all right there? What happened?
Yeah, that's the whole thing about making him sound like Nicolas Cage. Because that's what the barbarian sounds like.
I'm not giving you a toothpick.
Oh no. Curse you, foul trickster demon.
I made a friend.
You were just sitting here. How'd you make a friend? I mean,
Well, I pulled from my.
She pulled
Milo was
her.
pulling on their deck.
She pulled her deck and made a friend. It happens all
I
the
pulled on my desk.
That's the DM.
you're supposed to do that in private. There's food here.
I didn't make a mess.
The DM gave me two very special decks, and now we're friends.
I mean, as long as you didn't
It's
make
not
a mess,
wrong
but
either. It's completely
wait
true.
till you're behind closed doors for that. Goodness.
But sometimes you guys get the good effects that happen when I pull on my deck.
Anyways, who's this friend?
We all pull on Milo's deck together.
Satan.
You're talking to-
I think he was a fiend.
Did he smell like sulfur?
Remember, children, God's blind spot is her brown eye.
It looked at me.
It winked. It had teeth. I got scared. Are you sure it had teeth? It might have been corn. I don't know. I was running too fast.
But yeah, I think he was a fiend. And he wants me to do some pest control. And then we get lots of power.
We get like you and me, you and all the rest of us.
All the rest of us.
Oh. What kind of power and what are these pests?
He didn't specify the pests, but like
You didn't ask?
they're probably just well,
Taking advantage of the momentary silence to let you know that hey, the point of having a border on a webcam is no one can see you tugging your plums.
Indeed.
I'm not wearing pants.
I'm not even here right now. I'm AI. Always have been.
That's the only way
For
we're
future
friends.
reference, if you make a new random friend,
That's very sad.
ask ask them questions when they offer you stuff. But that being said, we're
he seems
water under the bridge.
No, that's exactly what Rusty and I did when we became friends. I started asking him stuff like, "Do I get to be bottom?"
The answer is no. Still.
No.
Only on every other.
God, you're so greedy. Just take,
I'm
take,
the pillow
never
princess. I
take,
get to
take,
relax.
take, never give. I want to be a little spoon. God damn it!
Only every other Christmas. Splitting holidays.
Said that
It's like
last
custody
other
agreement.
Christmas.
I told you, not on days that end with Y.
jetpack.
I'll
So,
find that day.
do we know where these pests are?
Luckily, we're in Skyrim.
No, we don't know where we don't know even know
He
what they
marked
are.
it on the map for me.
Someone decided to blindly just say
Oh.
yes.
Do you know what
all
kind
have
of
your flaws,
quote
and
unquote
that's
power
He seemed like a nice guy.
they always do? They always do.
I think he
You
said
should have asked
avoided.
me to
I'm
voice
not
the
sure.
fiend. Just sent me a script.
I didn't know they were going to pull Fiend. I had no idea what was happening.
Yeah, just should have
Well,
known. Should have known.
why didn't you know? You're the DM.
You're right. I should have determined the result before they rolled.
It's
All
like, hey,
right,
let
well-
me talk to you for a minute
Result,
there.
then why
Look,
are you even here?
I'm going to give you a map here. You just need to follow the Lex, and got a vermin problem I need you to take care of. Think you can do that for me? But he
Well-
seems so nice, so I said yes.
Suppose
He
we
tried
can
to get me
find
to
the
guess his name
others.
a few times.
It reminded me of the guy that sold me my first car. He was nice.
He agreed to go watch The Exorcist with me again.
Said 77th time's the charm.
mean, next time, even if they're nice, if they're talking about pests, like figuring out what they are is usually helpful. Because what if it's a really large dog, a bunch of them, a bunch of feral dogs around. Those are a lot different than a bunch of little rats. Or maybe it's a rat king.
What if it's a bunch of elves and it's a racial genocide? And
Well,
What if it's the local government?
then we talk to Haberchew.
what if it's
I don't-
fucking
I
kobold
don't think
and
he
has
Well,
the
like
magic
what
set?
is overthrowing it? What is overthrowing a small government between friends?
Yep. I don't know how long it's going to take, but Haberchu's going to make something happen.
All right, Milo.
The DM is
Let's find the
wearing
others.
No, just
Maybe-
wait till
maybe
I
we can
find
have some fun
Haberchew
on
again.
this.
I've got some choice words. Hey, what happened?
What
I
did you
thought you were
feed the
going to the.
birds?
No, I'm gonna go. Hey, I thought you were going to that store to get that little elf dude. What happened to
I
that?
don't like the phrase from Haberchu, going to do this the legal way then.
Oh, you mean we're gonna wait till he's 18?
Oh,
I have to find a way, any way to make sense for you not to be allowed to buy people.
I mean, fuck it, first time
apprenticeship.
for everything, but you
That's
know.
fine. That's legal purchasing.
Oh no, Haberchu's got an even better idea. I'm just not going to tell you guys yet.
Oh
Just
no.
let him have it. He's gonna die anyway. They always do.
Does he have to roll on a long rest to see if he dies?
Soon.
From noxious humans, I guess.
All right, Milo. Let's find the others, and we can. What? You can bring him back?
Yeah, she puts everything into her cauldron and they come back.
Anyways, let's go find our friends.
Oh, sorry. I was
Either
talking
you're
about
having
the fiend
dinner or
guy.
you're having friends. Either way, make him stew.
Mhm. Fill the pot and throw it in a circle.
Yeah. Let's go, Milo. Let's find the others. We can see if we can take care of these vermin and determine what this power means.
Toxic. On the off chance he sees that comment, if that's what happens, if I meet you in person, I'm kicking your ass.
That's not going to happen. I'm not that rude.
He's gonna start heading out to try to find the
I'm
other
gonna
folks.
And I'm gonna talk like Hank Hill the whole time.
So
But I'll tell you what.
When I told you I was gonna whoop your ass, I'm gonna stick a foot 9 inches deep, boy. You'll have to untie my shoelaces to brush your teeth, and the water on my knee will quench your thirst.
So Mav and Milo leave the Silver Lang Inn. Bella, you are still wandering around the bazaar. Bobo, you are still at the general store. And Haberchu, you are wandering around in the Bronze District, trying to find an orphanage.
Oh no!
Roll me a perception check at disadvantage.
Not the orphans.
Roll you a
Nobody
perception
wants
check.
them anyway.
Yes.
That's why they're orphans.
It's because you're
Perception.
flaw that you have disadvantage.
I don't know how to do it.
You just
How do I
roll
do it at? Oh, roll twice?
Yeah. And we take the lower result.
Oh, well, I got a 17 and a 3.
All right, it's a 3. At the second lowest that you can roll, because that was a 2 on the die. You wander for a while, and you keep coming back to the Blackened Boar and the bazaar. It feels like every time you take a left turn and another left turn, you end up walking back the way you came.
2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 lefts do.
You tried taking you tried going right and then right again, and you end up right back where you came. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm going to ask for directions.
Sure. You walk up to a dwarf. They are speaking in Undercommon.
Hold on, let me look at my character sheet. I try sign language. Does he understand sign language?
He does not seem to understand sign language and kind of takes a step back, thinking you're about to cast some sort of spell. Somatic components be a bitch.
Okay. I draw a picture of a stick family in the dirt. And then I stomp on the parents and circle the child.
There is definitely a look of concern on this dwarf's face. And yet a nod of confirmation and understanding. But I'm still going to need you to make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Persuasion.
Haberchu's gonna need to dip into that Bobo bail fund.
Fucking hell. 3.
Wow, okay. D&D Beyond hates you today. The dwarf kind of points up the road back towards the bazaar a bit, just slightly off at this large tower that's on the edge of the city.
Like the Mage Tower?
No, the mage towers are over in the gold district. This is still in the bronze district.
The guard
Okay.
tower on the way to get into the town.
It might be.
All right. Do the guards didn't speak any other languages, did they?
There were a couple that seemed to speak common.
Ah, okay. Then I'll go wherever he's pointing.
He points towards the guard's tower, and you start heading towards the guard tower. You get over to the guard tower. There seems to be a shift change as a guard comes out of the tower and another one goes right back in.
And I kind of blurt out in common, I'm looking for the orphanage. Does anybody speak common?
The one that just walked out kind of looks over at you. Yeah, I do. Is everything all right? Are you taking on one of the quests for the guild, or is there a donation you're trying to make?
No, there'll be quests later. I'm looking to adopt a child and teach them wizardry.
No offense, sir, but aren't you a little old to be adopting a child at this point in your life?
Not at all. Everyone wants to leave a mark. The child is the stone we throw forward in time, leaving our mark on this earth.
That is quite wise, sir. Indeed. If you head down, and he starts describing the way to get to the orphanage to you.
That is quite wise. Guard dies.
Halfway through his direction, just dies from gassing.
God damn it!
Choose name. New first name starts with an A and last name starts with an H.
Gonna get me a little urchin.
In the meantime, Bobo, do you end up leaving the general store?
Yes, I do have everything I had set out to obtain, including some, donated knowledge that may or may not be of any interest to someone in the group. As I walk outside, I'm like, how do I get back?
You start
I'll
heading
follow.
towards the bazaar.
Let's just go back that way. I'll find something else in town.
As you head back towards the bazaar, you see Mav and Milo walking up to Bella, who's just kind of been strolling around the bazaar, meandering.
Oh, there you are, Bella. We Milo made a friend somehow sitting at breakfast. I'm not sure. We'll get into that later, but apparently I'm sure it does. But apparently that friend needs help with some pest control. We're not sure what the pests are, how many they are, or anything like that. But they were promised power. Does does Bella speak or does Bella speak abyssal or infernal?
No,
Dang it. Okay.
I speak common, undercommon. I know
Sign language and
Sign
druid.
language.
sign language and druidic.
And also
Okay.
technically speaks telepathically.
Technically.
Technically.
Technically, we
So
like
I was I was thinking maybe we figure out what the pests are and see what that uncovers.
well, having an extra pair, having two extra pairs of hands here will certainly at least help.
Maybe we can find Bobo and Haberchew. And that's probably about when Mav kind of would probably look around and go, "Oh, it's Bobo." And he'll wave him over.
Real quick, Milo, do you have your Bluetooth?
Yes,
Is it connected?
I do, but it won't connect.
Okay. Because they're starting to get a lot of muffled echo off your phone.
Sorry.
I would like to point out that I used the two extra pairs of hands in reference to the fact that I have forearms.
Fair.
Oh, where were you hiding those?
I've always had them.
Really?
Yes.
Were you just like constantly crossing him disapprovingly? Maybe that's why I didn't notice the other two.
Ironically, I'm technically the youngest of all of you, yet I seem to be the most mature.
Age is but a number that we use to define how long someone has left to live.
But as far as the friend, I would be wary. They said it was a fiend of some sort. But
Fiend, huh?
yeah, I wasn't there. I was there, but I didn't see them. It is quite odd.
Are you sure you actually saw something and that you weren't imagining it?
They
I
said it
saw
happens
him.
all the time.
Oh,
Somebody just fucked all the way up.
We lost Milo.
Oh no!
I saw him. Poof.
you were supposed to admit that the fiend now took you away.
Should have read the fine print.
It puts the bag of holding into the bag of holding.
Oh no.
It puts the haber poo on the skin.
I
Ew.
don't know what I just missed.
Or against the gas again.
I don't know if this is better.
A bit, yes.
Yeah, that's better.
I found my headset.
Woo!
All I did was explain to Bella about the fiend and stuff like that, and then you said, "I saw him," and then you poofed.
We were making a joke that you were
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
the fiend took you away.
He could have.
Then we made a joke of it puts the haber poo on the skin or it hits the gas again.
The haber poo. All right. So yes, Milo, you were explaining that you did in fact see a fiend and they gave you a job to do. in
Yes.
exchange for power. So what would you guys like to be doing right now? I know what Haberchu's doing.
Well, I wait. If Bobo was visible in the bazaar, I'd wave him over and tell him the same thing. And then did and then question: have you seen Haberchu? Do you see where he went to?
I mean, okay, I went by
Last
the
I saw him, he was back in the bazaar, but he's not there now.
I went by the general store earlier, and either he was there or they got some really gnarly birds. So,
Oh, he
but
left
he
a calling
wasn't
card,
there.
huh?
Could be. He wasn't there when I was there.
Okay.
But I did get some silver and some chainmail. Well, some chainmail links. I'll have to knit them together when we get back on the ship.
Was the general store where he tried to acquire an apprentice? Mav wasn't there, so previously.
Yes, that word was. Uh, that, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, man. I was drunk off my ass.
Well, that's fair.
Like,
Well,
I don't remember anything.
we should probably snag him before we go check out this pest control thing. Where if he's trying to find an apprentice or somebody that he can train based on Mav's background, would I be able to deduce he's trying to find an orphanage or somebody homeless or something like that?
Make an intelligence check.
Okay. Because I do have the urchin background.
Fair, but
Just,
Haberchu's also makes no sense.
right. Straight intelligence?
Straight intelligence.
Okay.
I may or may not, while we were waiting to roll back to me, made a. Well, you could probably guess who the character's based off of. He's a paladin of the Order of the Blue Flame.
Is that what that backup character is?
Yes.
That is a 19.
All right, you have a general idea that Haberchu probably went to one of like 3 places. He's either trying to he either went back to the guild hall to try to hire somebody. He went towards the mage district, the gold district, to try to get into the mage tower to find apprentices there, or he went the worst case scenario route and is trying to adopt children into the war.
Would that be in the same district that we're in or closer?
You're in the bazaar at the moment. The bronze district and the silver district are equal walking distance,
Okay.
but the gold district is farther away.
Well, being that I think I would have assumed that I probably would have seen him coming back to the guild hall because that's where I'd come from. And I likely would have seen him after he left the inn. So I'm probably
You also know that Bella saw him in the bazaar at some point, so she might know what direction he
okay.
walked.
That's a good one. What direction was he heading?
He's like, well, I think I saw him head towards the guard tower.
Which would be bronze district.
So
Well, let's head that away.
We'll say that he was looking for himself a little bit of a apprentice type after the advice you gave him this morning. So
Oh, oops.
he's muttered something about that. just putting it out there, having known him as long as we've known him, where might a gentleman of his discerning nature go look for apprentices?
Well, either the mages, if he's wanting an official apprentice, or
You know, goddamn well, we're only using that
Adopt-
as a code word.
I know, but I'm speaking out loud, and there's reasons. And or he could acquire a new family member and teach him his
His
family's magic.
Well, seeing how all the wizards are held up in the gold district, and we don't have clearance to get there.
And we haven't heard any like alarm bells just yet of him trying to get in and gassing them. Let's head to the let's see if we can find us an orphanage.
If you can either go towards the guard tower where Bella had pointed out Habertu had went to and check there, or you can roll perception to try to see if you can find the orphanage on your own.
I'll do me a perception.
I'll roll perception too, just for shits and giggles. Yeah, that checks 8. I can't read. I just looked
24.
around. I have no idea what
24.
those buildings look like anyway.
All the luck is going to you. I better not fuck with the bandsaw tonight. My luck is horrible.
24 and what with like city secrets, I know how city patterns work and flow, and we can go between two locations in a city twice as fast.
Oh, really? Okay, fair
Yeah,
enough.
that's part of the urchin features, city secrets.
All right, then that does change things slightly. Habertu, you no longer have the head start I was going to give you, because you're still wandering your way over to the orphanage. You make it to the orphanage, and Habertu, you notice it's kind of looks like a rundown church. Stonework is falling apart. There's sheet metal to cover the windows and boards to keep everything held up. There seems to be like an extension off of it to try to give the more room of like a shack for spacing. There's laundry that's outside trying to air dry. Just in general, it looks like the city doesn't really pay anything towards the orphanage. It's by generous donation only.
Okay. So I go up there and I just knock on the door.
You knock on the door, and a little girl with yellow pigtails opens the door, sees a very old dragon, and slams the door shut, screaming as she runs back inside.
You know, when we get there, Bobo could do something wonderful for this place.
Keep
Don't
knocking.
startle the old dragon.
You knock for a couple minutes before an older woman, a cleric in full regalia, opens up the door and greets you and apologizes for the young ones. They're not used to seeing someone of your appearance on a day-to-day basis. How may we help you?
Well, I am, as you see, old, decrepit, but there is just enough time left in my life to change the life of one child. I am looking to take on an apprentice, raise them, and pass on everything I know before it's my turn to return to the dirt.
That's quite generous of you. Please come in. We can discuss the children. At about that time, everyone else sees Habertu walking into the orphanage and the door shut behind him.
Hey, we found him.
Oh boy. Do we want to try to catch up with him or let him in there on his own?
I think the whole point was that we were just trying to make sure he wasn't like gassing out the guard tower.
That's
Doesn't look
true.
like he's doing that. Hey, real quick, buddy, what does this sign say?
You'll look at the sign. Can Mav read it?
There's a sign.
I'm assuming they would label the buildings.
There is no label on the building. It is just a very decrepit.
Goddamn, nobody wants these orphanages. They don't even want to say what kind of building it is.
No, it looks like an old church, temple type location.
Yeah, there's no signs on it or anything. There's no markers or identifiers. It doesn't even have a street number on it.
Maybe we should go in and supervise him.
Are there any sort of symbols that would denote what kind of church or temple this used to be or currently is but is in disrepair?
Make a religion check at disadvantage. The building is very rundown.
Okay.
I hear that train a coming. It's coming right then.
Disadvantage, so that is 14 or 15.
All right.
The higher roll was a base 18.
You can't really make out any specific deity that this temple was to. It's possible that this temple was to a full pantheon, or perhaps it was a generic temple. Most any symbols have been so far worn down that they're almost smooth again. In fact, most of it is
Gotcha.
just this worn down rock and stone where it's either fallen off the building or it is smooth.
It's smooth.
So Mav will volunteer and be like, I'm familiar with places like this. I can go in and take a peek. And just make sure things are going okay.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just go knock on the door.
Yeah.
Use that as a diversion for you to sneak in.
No, I wasn't gonna sneak in. I was gonna go in.
Oh,
It- And-
it's
waltz on up and give a thunk 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 on the door.
I'm just standing there next to him.
I'm gonna go follow and stand behind them.
Me too.
Hey,
As
hey, Mav, real quick. How cool are you with playing along with the bit?
Depends on the bit, but in general, I'm okay with
love that energy. Keep that energy.
it.
I'm concerned.
All right. Just don't be mad at me if the play along isn't what you expect. A little bit of chaos is always a little bit of fun, right?
That's always been my motto. No one's answering the door. Here, let me.
He's
I just.
he's
beat the
conspiring in DMs.
Yep, sorry.
No worries.
As you guys all walk up the door and start knocking on it. In the meantime, though, Habichu, you're being led down through into the main church building area, up a stone stairway towards where the organ used to be for when the church was in session.
Mm-hmm.
And sits you down at this table that's lopsided. It's the wood's rotting a little bit, and there's still like water stains from cups on it. Yes. You're looking to adopt one of our children. We have a few though. Is there a specific age range you are looking for? If you are limited on your time and you're attempting to teach one, might I suggest one of the older children?
14 to 16 would be the ideal age, old enough to grasp what it is I want to teach, and still young enough to bend and learn as we go.
Ah, well, we have two children. There is Mael and there is Rebecca. Unfortunately, Rebecca is currently out of town at the moment. She is running
God,
an errand for me
God
to
damn it, Rebecca.
to one of the higher cities, attempting to trade some of our fruit and some of the vegetables we grow in the garden in the back for um, a few of the minerals that they harvest in the mines on the top of the mountain. But if you are interested, I can bring Mael in. He is our 15-year-old.
Mael. Yes, I think that's draconic for Morty. That'll do.
Uh, she just kind of whistles, and you hear the door at the front of the the front of the church start knocking again. Oh, we are having quite a few visitors today. I will send him up this way, and you two get acquainted. As she starts to head down the stairs and heading toward the front door. A few minutes later, a small little tiefling boy with with deep purple skin and very short, stubby horns pops his head in. Are you looking for me?
Yes, yes, come, come.
Uh,
Yep.
what can I help you with?
Is your life here everything that you wanted it to be?
Um, no.
Would you like
Question mark?
to learn magic? Make a
I
way for yourself in the world?
I mean, I can kind of do magic, just a little. And he kind of holds his hand out, and three little circles of light start to dance out of his hand.
Wonderful. And then I vomit 100 gold coins right into my hands. But would you like real power? And then just let them shift and tinkle onto the floor.
His eyes light up. This is more money than he's ever imagined exist. Uh, how did you do that?
Magic?
And you're saying I can do that?
Oh, yes.
Um, what do I need to do?
You need to choose to follow me, to listen, and to learn.
Uh, I'll talk with the mother before I can make any decisions, but thank you.
Of course.
About that time, also, the cleric opens up the door and sees the four of you huddled together up against the door, more or less. We have quite a few guests today. How may I help you a lot today?
Yes, my
Well,
name is Bobo. This is my lover, Mav. This is our house plant and our pet lizard. We're looking to have a child.
Uh,
House plant.
quite a day for adoption.
Hush.
Yes, come with me. We're currently in the discussions with one person, but if you're willing to wait, I'm sure we can discuss more.
Of course.
And
We
she starts
have
to
no
lead you
problem
into
waiting.
the main room of the church.
Does Mav see any kids in the hallway or anything like that peeking out?
Roll perception.
Alrighty.
Can I choose to quietly communicate with Bobo? Bobo via my mind
Doors.
communication stuff.
Yes.
If it just say, really, you're calling me a houseplant?
Hey, look, in my defense, I thought she was just going to slam the door in our faces.
Oh yes, I didn't think I'd make it this far.
I really didn't think we'd make it this far.
Why is that?
And then I just kind of,
You know,
as she's like
you know-
leading us, I like look over my shoulder. How do y'all feel about children? Because I'm not good at bartering.
There we go.
Like the hard sell, I'm gonna fold.
18.
All right. You notice what looks like a couple kids have their head peeked around one of the hallways before they jut back in as soon as you glance over your shoulder. A little too fast to really tell, but you do still see what looks like a Hadozi tail kind of flapping beyond the corner.
Out of curiosity, can I retcon and say I casted Find Familiar yesterday? It's going to. One of the background things is I have a pet mouse, but instead I'm going to say it's the familiar.
We can retcon and say you cast that this morning.
That works too. When he sees the kids peek out, the mouse is going to peek out like on top of his hand, like just from his sleeve. And he's going to make it obvious so the kids can see it.
Ah, yes, full on Ratatouille. This shit.
No Ratatouille. He's just gonna make sure they see it's a pure white mouse, but not albino, so it's still got normal eyes, not pink eyes.
Fair. They definitely still scurried away behind the corner as soon as you looked over your shoulder.
Okay.
It seems there doesn't really seem to be children standing around, and you're not sure if that's because they're afraid of people or because there aren't many children to begin with in this establishment.
I'm gonna assume a bit of both.
So the cleric, the nun leads you into the center of the church area where the pews used to be. There are just some cots out on the floor. If you'll just wait here for a moment, I need to finish up with our current guest, and then I shall have a moment to speak with you as well. And she starts treading up these stone steps behind a door.
As she leaves, Mav he's gonna take a seat, and the mouse is gonna go on, and he's going to watch through the familiar's eyes. He's gonna kind of follow the cleric.
As the cleric leaves the room, I turn to Bella. I honestly don't know why you're complaining. I called Milo our house pet, and I said Mav was my lover, and I haven't heard either one of them, bitch.
I'm happy to be here.
Mav just says,
I don't like it being implied that I'm an inanimate object.
Well, it's implied he's the bottom. How do you think he feels about this?
I've been in worse situations.
For all we know, he might enjoy it.
Happy
Depends on the day.
Pride. As the nun gets back up the stairs,
Guess we'll have to leave you two with a private
now
room
you're
at the
able to communicate telepathically with your familiar. I don't know if you can see through its eyes unless you have an ability I'm not aware of.
I thought that was part. Maybe they changed it. Hold on a second. Because it used to be you
Hang on.
could.
Additionally, his bonus action, you can see through the familiar's eyes, and here's what it hears. Okay.
Okay, good.
Let's say if you couldn't, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
the point of familiars are usually for combat.
Scouting, and
Scouting.
also casting spells through them.
But anyways, so you are able to watch as Haverchu, this nun, and a young tiefling boy are all in this room together. So did you have a chance to speak with Mael?
Yes. He did say he wanted to talk to you first, though.
Yes, Mother. He offers a chance at a different life, a better one. I just don't. I don't know if it's. I don't know if I should leave and leave you to take care of my siblings by yourself. It is all right, my child. Go with whatever you wish to do. And she'll turn back to you. If you wish to adopt Mael, there is some paperwork that needs to be filed, and we must check with the guild first.
Out
But
of curiosity, does the cleric see the scattered gold coins all over the place?
no, because Haberchu was playing with them in his hands.
All 100?
Yes.
He has
Them
big,
some big
strong
hands.
hands.
I mean, you can hold 100 quarters in your hands, can't you?
Gold coins aren't that big.
Yeah, it's like holding 100 quarters.
Hey, I don't know what we've determined a size of a gold coin is.
Not a $50. I like to look at it as you got pennies, nickels, and quarters.
That makes sense.
It's not a doubloon.
What about dimes? Poor dimes.
That's
Fuck
Electrum.
names.
Ah.
Nobody cares about Electrum. But with that being said, if we will have to check with the guild, run a check on you, as we can't just assume you're a good person. Unfortunately,
No, why not?
as nice as you seem, but if
Bobo hears Mav go, fucking guild.
if you give us a day or two, we will reach back out to you and have the adoption papers all set for you to sign.
Very well. And I take out a small pouch. It's got 50 gold in it. Place it in her hand. Tonight, feast. Say goodbye, just in case.
No, we can never accept something like this, sir.
Well, I'm not taking it back. See you on the morrow.
You are truly too kind. Thank you.
And
And
that
when-
was real gold. I didn't give her the.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm looking at Mav. What about the guild?
Oh, they gotta check with the guild, background check Haberchu with the guild.
Okay.
Hey, before you leave, maybe we should make a donation to this place. It looks like it could use it.
No, I
It's
think
like you can't.
yeah, I'll give her some for her time. We gotta have a plan. Need you all to just play along. To get
Oh,
us out of
certainly.
this having actually talked to children.
Well, you are the one with money right now.
You are
At
the
that
one with money.
time, the
But I grew up in a place like this.
Haberchu starts coming down the stairs, followed by the nun and a small tiefling boy. As the nun kind of gives the boy a little nod, and he runs off into one of the back rooms. But Haberchu, you see the rest of your party right there.
And like they kind of look at me, I'm just like,
And I'm just like, you all want one too?
I communicate privately with Haberchu. Don't question it. I don't know what we're doing here.
Ah, thank you all for waiting. Please, if you follow me right upstairs.
Yeah, see about that. The house plant was getting uppity. We're getting a divorce. We're not looking to adopt anymore. But here's 80 gold pieces for your trouble. Y'all have yourselves a good night. And we just turn around and head towards the door.
The house plant was the huh? As you know, just kind of walk away, and she looks in the bag. Wait, no, this is too much. Y'all just start heading out the door.
Yeah.
I heard me ducking underneath the door.
As soon as we're outside, the door closes. Oh,
No,
I've been holding that for over an hour.
I felt that reverberating off the walls on the way out. You good, man?
There's a slight crack sound, and another chunk of stone comes off the building.
So, were we supposed to see a fiend about a frog or something?
Oh yeah, what happened with that? Oh yeah. By the way, Aber, Sneezy. I thought you were going to go check out that store earlier. What happened to that?
He said he sold him.
Sold who?
The apprentice that I was trying to buy.
You mean the one that was in the attic?
That son of a bitch.
Didn't you just get...
So Mav is actually holding on to Bobo's arm because he can't see through his own eyes right now. And the mouse
really
that makes it
selling
look extra gay.
Yeah, really selling the whole thing about being in a being a couple there.
The mouse waits and sits until one of the kids sees him. It'll wave, and then Mav will snap his fingers and it'll poof, be temporarily dismissed.
Fair enough. It'll take you an hour to get it back.
It's not dispelled. You can temporarily dismiss them. You can dismiss it forever as a magic action while it's while it is temporarily dismissed, you can cause it to reappear in an unoccupied space within 30 feet of you. So you can dismiss it and not dispel it. Or you can dispel it.
Okay.
So you can keep it going. The only time you can actually dispel it, or it can be dispelled by somebody else, or it can be dropped to 0 hit points and then it disappears like that.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yep.
I personally never used Find Familiar because I thought it was a stupid spell.
It can be handy.
With that being said, yes, Milo had something to say about a fiend.
Yeah, Milo made a friend.
I want to say
I made a friend.
I wanted to say as Mav gets her eyesight back, they can see through their own eyes again, and they look at me. I'm like holding onto my arm. You have very soft hands.
Helps manipulate these picks.
I bet. Wait, you say picks with a P?
Yeah, picks with a P. Lock picks.
Oh, okay. Hey, look, you love what you love. That's fine, man. It's pride after all. No judgment here.
Discount or the 5-finger shuffle?
A little of both.
I was like, apparently, dude over here loves dicks. I don't know. It's pride. I'm not here to judge.
Are we
going to pass
that
column A,
hardware
a little bit of
store on our
column
way to
B?
wherever we're going?
Are we starting? Do we have a budding romance between Mav and Bobo starting?
Who knows? It's too early to tell.
The world may never
I
know.
love there was silence following.
I do, and let's not make this awkward, okay? It was purely professional.
That sounds fine to me. You said play alone.
Yeah, and you did. I appreciate you for that. You're a good coworker. Nothing else.
He'll raise a hand for a high five and just. Oh. He'll wait about half a second.
I'm not gonna leave you. Hey, put your hand back up. I'm not gonna leave you hanging.
Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, fuck.
Okay, now do I roll for damage?
It's just 1 point.
Mav will just roll with it.
It's like one of those crisp high fives that leaves a sting in your hand.
Are we going to pass by the hardware store on our way out or wherever we're going?
Potentially. Depends on where you guys are going.
All right,
What
Milo,
do we
where are
need
we
to go do
heading?
that?
I
She's
will pull out my map, and I will show them.
Got a map.
Yes,
Yeah,
Milo's
he gave
giving
me.
up
I got a free map out of it.
the entire city.
does it? Can we read it? Like know where things are? Other
It
than that,
is still labeled in Undercommon.
son of a.
So I can read it, and so can Bella.
Don't worry, we'll go to a planet where only you can speak the language eventually.
Oh no, that's not good.
Keyword being eventually.
Um,
I was trying to find.
but Bella does point. Not Bella. Sorry, Milo does point out on the map between the silver and bronze district is a little spot that's been circled.
Alrighty.
Tally ho!
If you guys are heading straight there, then no, you will not be passing by the hardware store.
Damn it.
I mean,
Just
you
know
could
the next time we
ask.
pass by it, I'm going to press the digitation 1 cubic foot of my own personal brand right there on the doorstep.
If Haberchew says that, like because we can move through the city pretty quickly because of the whole urchin stuff. If Haberchew says he wants to stop by there, we'll detour.
Yeah, I mean, why not? He's Aberchew's our friend. He's our buddy, and he's obviously upset. We should help him vent that aggression.
All right, so
It's not good to hold that kind of thing in.
as you guys pass by the all the hardware store, Habertu just prestidigitates 60 pounds of his own shit onto the door.
And then my mage hand smacks it.
Waft that scent in the door.
Splat, like all over the front of the.
A little bit into the house, into the building.
Here's the beautiful thing. Even if they decide to complain about it or say something, prestidigitation only lasts an hour, so there will be no evidence in an hour.
Fair.
And to give everyone a little bit of an audio cue of how that sounds, it's like, what the fuck?
Absolutely.
Exactly. 100%.
Was anybody like walking out of the general store right when that slap occurred?
You know what? I'll roll a die for that.
Oh no.
No, no one was walking out of the store at that. Thankfully,
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, the little half elf boy.
is walking by the door with a bucket that he just finished cleaning up the mess before.
Again?
Um,
Looking for the birds.
what the fuck? So as you guys head towards the
What the
spot
fuck is
marked on your
going
map,
on?
you get towards an area that directly between the silver and the bronze district is this line of storefronts. Most of them having their windows covered with curtains of some kind, with lanterns hanging out the front of them that all seem to be off. Lots of signs on the doors that seem to be indicating fun, good times, and otherwise enjoyable evenings.
Ah, so prostitutes.
You guys have found the red light district.
Does Mav see anything on the signage or anything that would indicate any sort of thieves' cant or anything of that nature? Any sort of iconography that would, because typically, what I would think is that they include stuff like that in hard to see areas or incorporated into a sign or something like that, or even reliefs on door frames.
You know what? Roll perception.
I will do that.
They sound like they're having a really good party in there.
Yeah, party. We'll go with that.
Dirty 20.
All right. You do notice on some of the signs there's like a little iconography of butterflies that seems to periodically show up on certain signs, and if it is what you think it means, then those are information brokers.
Okay, he's gonna mentally note those for the time being.
However, they could also just be butterfly symbols.
Well, he's not gonna be like, hey, what's the underground gossip? Just keep a note in case they need to get information later.
Now you are here in the middle of the day, so the red light district is not operating.
So on the map, is there a specific establishment circled?
There is, in fact, as you head down the walkway down the district some more, you come across one of the establishments that's a little more words are not discreet. That's where I'm looking for. I was about to say distinct, and like that's the opposite of what I want to say. A little bit more discreet with a very plain wooden frame to it. No real depictions or imagery. Other than the only thing of interest is that there is a metal slat on the door for it to be opened up to identify when someone's trying to get in.
Alrighty. Before he knocks or anything, he's going to recall his familiar and send that in. See if he can like eke through a doorway or under a door or something like that.
I gotta look to see. Someone's breathing heavy into their mic. I have no idea who that is.
It's not me.
It's Popo, I think. If I your breathing's catching the mic.
Okay, rat. There we go. I'm looking for.
Everything's catching the
You have
mic?
a rat.
Yeah. Yep,
My
just
bad.
like that.
It's out of the way here.
And I don't see any reason it can't, I guess.
Like, I mean, rats in and of themselves can basically collapse flat and get through super tiny spaces.
And they can
Fair.
chew through lead, and rats can also chew through lead pipes. So
There. So
Yeah,
I'd
easily.
say it does manage to get inside. That's right. I want to check something. It does have dark vision, so it's very difficult to see in the room, but not impossible. There doesn't really seem to be anything in the space that it gets into. It's more or less an empty building. There's no
Okay.
furniture. There's no people.
He's gonna tell the others, just I won't be able to see for the moment, so just guide me if we need to move. And he's gonna send the rat to scout in different areas of the building as far as he can.
It takes a few moments, a few minutes of it running around because it is a rat,
Mhm.
and there seems to be a handful of rooms. There's a kitchen that seems to be mostly empty. The main room there's nothing in it. There seems to be a stairway that goes upstairs to a few bedrooms that have bed frames but no mattresses uh, or any sheets or anything on them. They're just the frame itself. And there's a door leading at the bottom of those stairs that look like they lead to a basement, but the door is metal and solid and sealed shut.
No gaps or anything that he could squeeze through. Just
Nothing that it seems to be able to find.
alrighty. And dismiss the familiar and Mav's vision. He kind of shakes out of it. He goes, all right, well, building's empty, except I couldn't get past a metal door that I think it's a basement maybe, but I couldn't get past it. So we can go in and try to go further. What do we think?
All right, so who's opening the door?
Do we want to go in the Bobo way
Okay.
or the quieter way?
Let's choose
What's the
quiet.
Bobo way? I knock.
There's
Or
nobody
the
there to
Haberchu
answer
way.
it. Or the Haberchu way, melt the door.
I don't know. Is there nobody there to answer? Have you tried knocking?
Mav sent the rat in there. You said there was nobody there.
Correct.
I guess we can try knocking.
Haberchu sends his mage hand up to the door and has the mage hand knock.
In fact, the slit on the door does slide open, and you see dark red skin with pitch black eyes glaring through.
Mav will just kind of peek in.
You've
Hello.
made it. As the door creaks open, and you see a fiend standing before you.
Hey, it's my
That's
son.
weird.
I told you he was real. You said I was crazy.
I didn't say that.
You thought it,
You can't read my mind.
but I felt the judgment.
As you say that's weird, you hear over from behind your shoulder, "Oh, what's weird, my friend?" As he just leans over your shoulder from behind you.
And Mav just kind of looks over his shoulder at him and goes, well, I had a little buddy come in and take a peek around, and you weren't there before.
I wasn't where? I wasn't, as he says that, he's standing back in the doorway. I wasn't here?
Correct.
Such strange things that the eyes play tricks on you. But come, I have a job for you. Your compatriot has already agreed to it.
You said you had a vermin problem.
Pests to deal with.
What kind of pest?
But see, that wasn't part of the deal.
Well, if you want us to be able to do the job, we need to know.
He said pest.
They've
I
already
just thought it was animals.
agreed. As
Look,
you said, they've already agreed.
All I need to know is a shotgun overkill.
Not likely.
Okay, it's big.
They've already agreed, so what's the harm in knowing what kind of pest?
But that's where the fun comes into it. Because
I thought the fun happens when we get there.
Oh, no. Your fun is, well, when the job is done. My fun is watching you do it.
I thought our fun was when we're doing the job.
I thought the fun was getting paid.
That too.
But come in. You'll find what you're seeking for downstairs.
Behind the metal door.
Like,
Yes, about
never fallen into a certain location.
Just a clap of his hands, and you hear the creaking of metal as the locks and everything fall off the door, and it slowly creaks open.
That's handy. Hey, Bobo, when we get a chance, I need to find a scroll of knock.
All we
I need to add that to our repertoire.
No, all you're gonna need is a glass jar and Haberchew's consent.
Yeah, but Haberchew isn't going to be
I
with us
also have that
forever.
spell.
It'll be with us long enough for you to fill the jars. Trust me. If you honest, you
when
don't
he's gone,
really
I
know
could just
how
bring him
old he
back.
is, do you?
No, I don't.
About
as
3 times older than any Dragonborn should be.
As you guys step into the building, the door behind you shuts, and the slat closes shut, and there is now no light in the room. The door to the basement is wide open, and the fiend disappears in a puff of black smoke, leaving its laughter echoing in the hall. And with that, we will end the session for today.
Milo, what have you
Bella's
done?
just like, oh, I got a little dimmer in here.
What do you mean, what have I done? We made a friend.
They aren't your friend.
I would rather
He
deal with a
seems like a really
fiend than a
cool guy.
fae.
That is true. That is true. Well, it depends on the fiend. Is it a devil or a demon? They're both considered fiends.
Let Milo be his example to all you kids out there that just because you have the highest intelligence of your whole party doesn't mean you're successful.
Remember, kids,
Indeed.
intelligence doesn't make you smart.
It certainly doesn't make you wise.
Well, Milos actually has the lowest wisdom of the party.
Yeah, I'm the wise one.
I have the intelligence.
Bobo is more wise than Milo.
And I only have
Oh
a
boy,
12.
the barbarian's the one of the wise ones.
I have an
got a
11.
16.
I have an 11 in intelligence and a 12 in wisdom,
I have a 20 in intelligence and a 10 in wisdom.
which
Holy
just
crap.
which lends myself to the I might be an idiot, but I'm not stupid.
Yeah. Well, I have a 20 in wisdom and a 14 in intelligence.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
I
be
mean,
honest.
Bobo's like,
Still
I
worth
can't
it,
read
though.
words, but I can read you like a book. Wait a second.
It's like I may not be able to know what those words mean, but I'll read your body like
I may
braille.
not know my flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one.
I may not know my consonants from my vowels, but I know a big meanie poo-poo head when I see one.
Big meanie boo-boo.
Right. Haberchew's going to be a papa.
All right, next session we will be starting with a potential combat.
Oh boy, murder and shit.
Alrighty.
More
Although-
emphasis on this
although
shit.
I'm a healer.
Haberchew's down there with us, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Basically,
Yeah,
I'm
a lot
a
of
healer.
shit.
I'm a healer, and Shelby is a healer
Next-
5 minutes too late.
Next episode is just going to be called Scatter,
I
but
can
the
also
first 4
heal.
letters are all capitalized.
No, it's just gonna be shatter. Not scatter.
I
Emphasis
First
on-
4
also
letters are still
heal.
capitalized.
Yeah, but you're a necromancer. Your primary focus is after healing has failed.
Milo, I didn't get my medical license revoked for nothing.
It's like, what difference does it mean as what kind of pest it is? Okay, look, all I'm asking is would a shotgun be overkill? Not likely. Okay, it's big.
It's a bunch of Bobos.
Oh no!
It's all the hookers.
They figured out cloning.
Oh,
What's a hooker?
I think it's a type
fishermen.
of. Yeah, I think it's a type of fisherman.
They're certainly snagging something.
That's not what it is.
That makes sense.
It could be.
I suppose if you're into that.
And
Well, we don't know what kind of party they're having.
Weird thing Because, you know, like,
It's a
That's
phone
Go over a
party.
game, guys. We'll see you next time.